Om Sadashivasamarampham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam Yada vidya vilasena Bhuta bhautika sashtaya Tam naumi paramatmanam Sachidananda vigraham. Okay, any questions, clarifications? You had a question.
Yeah, so last time you explained the difference between a Vivarana school and
Yeah, that paradigms used in Vivarna and in Bhamati. Yeah.
So what I wanted to understand was both the schools believe that Avidya is Anadi and
Yeah.
it's only one.
Yeah.
That way, both
That is common.
That's common.
Correct. See, there is no real difference. The difference between Vivarna school and Bhamati school is made by scholars, not Sampradayavids. As a Sampradayavid, you say there are two paradigms that are used. The paradigm is what? Where is 2-3 differences are there. First is location of avidya. In the Bhamati school, the focus is on what you have to do to remove avidya. For avidya is whose problem? My problem. Where is avidya? In my mind. That is why knowledge can destroy avidya, na? Because ignorance in the mind is destroyed by knowledge in the mind. So the locus of avidya is your mind. Now avidya has to have a locus. Why? Sentient being. Then the question is, what is it about? Avidya also requires subject matter. Ignorance means what? Ignorance of what? Subject matter is Brahman. Ignorance in the mind, subject matter Brahman. This is the Bhamati way of explaining. Because the focus is individual gaining knowledge for Vivarna also the same focus is there. But Vivarna takes a stand. Vivarna is what? Panchapadika, Anandagiri, Vivarna Prameya Sangraha, etc. Okay? This line of what do you call teaching. The character must have gone to the ground floor. Now this line of teaching, you will say, what is responsible for your mind's manifestation? Maya. Therefore, Maya has to be there before your mind. Therefore, the location of Maya is in Brahman and the subject matter is also Brahman. So, from these two standpoints is being talked about. It is not that there are two separate doctrines or two separate branch of philosophies, etc. They are not. It is only because of what way you are looking at the whole thing. That's all. If you are looking at it as the individual, you will say it's in your mind. If you are looking that the mind also is a product of ignorance, then it has to be in Brahman. Are you getting these differences? Or you are not getting differences? What is it you are not getting? What is responsible for creating your mind?
Maya.
So Maya is what? Avidya only, no? Where is Maya? Where is Maya? Not in you, in Brahman, no? Then, so that is why saying avidya is in Brahman. What is the subject matter of that avidya? Brahman. Okay, and you see, that is a Vivarna school. The Bhamati school, because it's focusing on you getting it, he says, from that standpoint, the focus is, it is in your mind. Both are true. Because if you don't negate the ignorance in your mind, you are not going to gain moksha. And if you don't negate ignorance in your mind, you are not going to gain moksha. But if you are looking at the whole thing, then definitely it is in Brahman, because it's responsible for the whole creation. So it's a question of how you are going to focus on that. That's all. Therefore, the Vivarna and the Bhamati school. Any other questions or clarifications?
This is a paragraph in the book. In the forward, the introduction is there.
Ravi, how do we divide Paribhasa?
Beg your pardon?
Definition of yeah.
Paritaha Bhashaha. It is explaining certain things from all sides. Yeah. So basically, epistemology is being explained. Yeah. Yeah. We are going into the forward.
No, introduction is there, no, not the forward. After that, introduction is there.
Page.
This page 6.
Page 6. Okay. Yeah. What is your question?
This second, again with regard to the conception of knowledge, Nyaya holds. Prakash? On page 6, Prakash.
Yeah. Hold on to that question because. One second. See, how now? One second. Kavita, listen. Kavita, listen. You ask a question, but listen. That in Nyaya, how knowledge takes place is said. Correct? Indriya Samyoga. How Vedanta says it, hold on. Because the whole topic is here. He is giving you an overview there. That's why it's not very clear. Very clear. Wait until each one is taken up. Each one is taken up. Then it will become clearer. So don't confuse it. Wait. Yeah. Any other questions? Any of you have questions? Okay. Because when we deal with perception, the first chapter itself, all those answers will be clear. Yeah? Which verse are you talking about? Tell me the verse number. Forget everything that's written in the introduction for the time being, because I will deal with all and more in the process. I'm glad you all are reading the introduction, but there will be areas of doubt because in the introduction he is trying to sum up the whole thing. So naturally he is not very clear about everything. So don't worry about that. I will clarify that later. Yeah. Yeah. As and when each chapter comes up, I will clarify that. But on what we had done up to verse 6, any questions or doubt? Because simple, very straightforward. Very straightforward. Remember, these are all much later work. 17th century work this is. Okay? 17th century in Vedanta is considered very recent. Okay? Because we are talking of the Upanishad, this is timeless. Okay? 6,000, 10,000 years, and this is 17th century is recent. Okay? Yeah. All right. Now here he starts, okay, before he goes to the pramana, he starts with your human pursuit. What is the human pursuit about? Okay. Iha kalu dharmartha kama moksha keshu chaturvida purushartheshu moksha eva parama purushartha. He says here, human beings have 4 purusharthas. Dharmartha, Kama, Moksha. General focus is on Artha and Kama for human beings. Artha is your sense of security. You want to have a house. Secure. Why? You want to feel safe here. So, sense of security. A house, make you secure. But you want to do that house up nicely and this thing, it reflect your taste, etc. Kama comes into the picture. Why? Because now it's just not security, you want to make it look nice, etc., etc., etc. Similarly, Kama, a relationship is not for predominantly for security, you want to feel happy, joyful, etc. Physical, emotional intimacy, etc. gives you that joy. Kama. but it can also give you some emotional security. Therefore, these are not watertight divisions, okay? Understand them. They are broadly classified, but they are not watertight. They are not watertight. Therefore, Artha and Kama, everyone follows. Dharma has got two dimensions to it, broad dimensions. One is your universal ethics, etc., which takes care of our interactions. We know more or less there is dharma there. There is honesty. We tell lies, yeah, true, but more or less 90% of the time at least we are speaking the truth. No? So, dharma, the rule of law, justice, fair play, this is what happens in a transactional life. Then dharma also is what you take care for hereafter, your life hereafter. What do you want to, where do you want to go after death? I don't know. Not curious? It must be, no? Don't tell me nobody is curious about what happens after death. It's a big part of your life, isn't it? The other side of midnight, what's happening? So you want to see that everything is okay. So the Veda comes and tells you, do these few things, then you gain the punya so that you will go to a very pleasant space, have a good holiday, good break. Then when you come back also your life will be smoother because you have taken care of a few things. They are called punya papa. That also comes as a dharma. Okay. So in this two broad categories, okay. There are subcategories, but samanya dharma, vishesha dharma, all that, this whole thing it becomes. What is common for everyone? Then what is special according for you? Depending upon what is your job, what is your this, etc. Yeah. So those type of things also will come into the picture. They are called visheshas. I don't have any dharma as a parent because I don't have a child. You have a child, therefore you have a dharma as a parent. This is vishesha dharma coming to each person. Okay? If you are married, you have a dharma to your partner. If you are not married, that dharma doesn't exist. Simple. Special dharmas, depending upon yours, what you have chosen to do, what your place in life, etc. Yeah. This is samanya and vishesha difference in broad categories, okay? Therefore, dharma, artha and kama are the general pursuits everyone goes through. Okay? Universally. Dharma may be more or less, but it is there to some extent anyway. Okay? Then he says, every human being has a need for moksha. It may not be well discerned, but every human being wants to be fulfilled in life. That fulfillment, freedom from your existential issues, freedom from isolation, loneliness, etc., freedom from your sense of finitude, this is called moksha, because moksha means freedom. So freedom from all this is called moksha. Therefore, chaturvida purusharthas. Every human being has these four purusharthas. The last one, because it is not discerned by everyone, may not be followed by everyone. In fact, so much so that in our colloquial language, moksha means death. Moksha ho gaya. That's unfortunate. Okay? That's unfortunate. You go to a priest, he'll do the last rites and then he'll do some calculations. He's got moksha. Not that he has got moksha, he has got gati. He's moving on in his journey, he's not hanging around here. That's all it means. Okay? Yeah. It's not that he is then simple. You take a promise and an affidavit. From your son, he will do all these karmas for you after your death and he will gain moksha. Legally binding, otherwise he gets nothing out of your inheritance. Okay? But that is not enough. Therefore, he says that moksha, out of these four purusharthas, moksha eva parama purushartha. Moksha is considered the greatest, the highest, the absolute purushartha. Why? He says, first he is quoting the Shruti. Na sa puna avartate. If you gain moksha, you are not going to come back into samsara again. Ityadi shrutya tasyeva nityatva avagamat. Therefore, moksha is presented as nityam, meaning you will never come back into bondage once you know. That's obvious. That's obvious. What is even more is the fact that your pursuit of dharmartha kama has come up because you want actually fulfillment and you think those things will give you fulfillment. Because what are you looking through your job, through gaining money, etc.? And to be happy, and to be fulfilled. What are you looking for in a relationship? To be fulfilled. What are you looking for after death, etc.? To be fulfilled. Or there is a fear, I may go to the other place, which I don't want. Therefore, really speaking, because your desire for moksha is not recognized, it is manifesting as the other three purusharthas, dharmartha kama. If you recognize that moksha is what you really want, your pursuit of dharmartha kama will be limited. It will be there, of course, because you are a human being. We need a sense of security. The rule of law, etc. is necessary. How do we live? Even to gain moksha, I have to live for some time and gain the knowledge. Therefore, artha is there, moksha, kama is there, because I have to grow in life. To grow in life, I have to fulfill some kamas. Without fulfilling kamas, you don't grow in life. Therefore, kama will be there, dharma will be there, because I am picking up roles. In each role, there are certain things I have to do. Therefore, dharmartha kama will come. Therefore, parama purushartha is moksha. Yeah? Of course, it's a desire. Better have a strong desire for moksha, okay? Only then you will try it. ठीक है, मिलेगा, मिलेगा, नहीं मिलेगा, नहीं मिलेगा. It's more than a desire, it's a priority. It's presented as a desire, moksha ichha, because that's how it manifests. But it is a priority. It's one of the ultimate priorities. And therefore, he says, by the Shruti, you have seen that moksha is absolute in that sense. And he also says, Itaresham Trayanam, the other three, Dharmartha Kamana, Pratyakshena, by Pratyaksha and Shruti, both. Using Pratyaksha examples, the Shruti says, what is that? Tad yata iha karmajito loka kshiyate evam amitra punyajita lokaha kshiyate. Like how here, here meaning in this world, karmajita lokaha, those experiences, loka means anubhuyate, what you experience. Therefore, those things that you experience as a result of karma, kshiyate, comes to an end. No? I'm going for a nice holiday. How long? 1 week. Limited, it comes to an end. No? Whatever you have won by karma comes to an end. Iha, in this world. Any doubt on this? No, no? The health that you gain, Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone, Mr. Universe, 6 times, Mr. Olympia also. Look at him now. He's good. For a 75-year-old, he's fit and strong, but not like that. Kshiyate. So finally he said, finally we are all going to have cholesterol and etc. and die. Karmajitaha kshiyate. Karmajitaha kshiyate. The money that you gain, the position that you gain. Yeah, kshiyate. You retired, now what? There are nice kavalis like this, no? Jo Shama aapki hai. No, the lamp that was burning for you is now going to burn for somebody else, light up somebody else, etc. Hey, sir, kavalis, all this is meant for that. All that is meant to show. Chadta suraj dhire dhire, डल जाएगा, डल जाएगा. All these songs, this, that, etc. are meant to show you this. That dharma artha kamaha iha kshiyate karma jitaha. Whatever you are won by karma. Kshiyate. Then what about dharma? Dharma you are won by karma, but it is not direct. By karma you win the punya and the punya puts you into heaven. Therefore he says, evam amutra, in the same manner, hereafter, punya jitaha lokaha kshiyate. Here you have seen whatever is born of karma dies, ends. There also, there is no eternal heaven. You went there by the result of the good actions that you have done, and Shine Punye Martya Lokam Vishanti. Once Punya is over, what happens? Back to base. Chalo, pick up the cross again. You had a great holiday. Acha ho gaya, maja aa gaya. Now, you had a great break. No? Now come on, pick up the threads again. Back 9 to 5. 9 to 5. 9 to 9 it becomes. Okay, whatever. Punyajitaha loka apikshiyate. Back to base. Why? That is drawn from your experience. That hereafter, see, that there is a heaven or hell, you cannot figure out. How will you figure out? What data you have to prove heaven or to disprove heaven? You don't have. That is beyond logic. That there is a heaven is beyond logic. But that heaven is eternal or non-eternal is within logic. Is non-eternal. Why? You go there because of the punya that you do. Punya is born out of karma. Anything born out of karma is finite. You have an entry into heaven, you will have an exit from there. There is no permanent visa for heaven. It's only temporary visas. Permanent resident status you won't get. You can get. If you have done so much of punya as to become a karma deva there, but that will be in the next kalpa. Indra, Varuna, Agni, etc. If you want to be, can be Indra? Yes, you can be. Do 100 Ashwamedas. Each Ashwamedha takes more than a year. So you started at 20, you have to live until 125 to finish your 100 Ashwamedas. And the whole thing you are doing is only Ashwamedha then, okay? Not possible. Not humanly possible. In the history of mankind, there is supposed to be one Dilipa or someone, one of Rama's ancestors who did it. One person. Okay. Yeah. Because those days people used to live a long time. Now if you touch 80, 84 years and Purnai, full life. How many people live 100 years? Yeah. Bhishma was supposed to be some 150 or something on the battlefield of Mahabharata. So not only living long, healthy life. What is the point in living long, 100 years and you are bedridden? What is the point in being bedridden and living 100 years? No point. Yeah. Absolutely no point. If you are living with health, no. Therefore, 100 Ashwamedas if you do, then you can become Indra. In Kali Yuga, no one gets it. Why is it going completely off? Because this call came through. Yeah.
No
Yeah.
voice.
How is it now? I am muted. Yes. Yeah. Now I am sure you can hear me and this thing. Yeah. So, how karmachita lokaha kshiyate, punyajita loka api kshiyate. Okay. Now, what about Indra? Indra is also limited. Why? This kalpa he is Indra. Next kalpa he will not be. Unless he has gained moksha. And he has. Why? He went and studied with Uma Haimavati, Kenopanishad. He went and studied with Brahmaji. Therefore, that way. Okay, yeah. Ityadi Shrutya Anityatvam Agamat. Therefore, Anityatvam for Dharmartha Kamaha is there in the Shastra itself. The Shastra that presents a heaven, etc., other lokas, not heaven, Swarga. Why? Because heaven is a concept of different. Swarga is a holiday home. Okay, yeah. So 7 dimensions up, 7 dimensions below. Limited, finite. Okay, all right. Therefore, moksha eva parama purushartha nityatvad. Moksha is the parama purushartha because it's the only thing that is nityam. Once gained, it's always there. Such Brahma Jnanaditi. And the Shastra makes it very clear. Moksha Jnanena. Brahma Jnanena evatu Kaivalyam. That moksha you will gain only by Brahma Jnanam. That also the Shastra makes it clear. Therefore, Brahma Tajnanam Tat Pramanam cha Sampapancham Nirupyate. Therefore, what? I have to describe now what is Brahman, what is Brahma Jnanam, what is the pramana. Saprapancham in its entirety, Nirupyate. I am going to explain it in all its elaborately dealing with every pramana and coming finally to Shastra pramana. So everything I am going to discuss here in this text. He is making a pratigna here, okay? Nirupyate. Clear, simple up to now. No issues, right? All right.
Swamiji, the statement nurse of Purna Ravartate is from which Shruti?
Chandogya, 8th chapter, 6th, yeah. Then he says, all right, he's starting. If you're saying pramanam, then you have to say what is pramanam. What do you mean by pramanam has to be clarified. Therefore he says, tatra pramakaranam pramanam. This is a definition we have seen long back. Whatever gives you knowledge, the karanam for knowledge is called pramanam. That which gives you knowledge is called pramanam. Simple. Simplest definition possible. Now, he says, Tatra Smriti Vyavratam Pramatvam Anadigata Abhadita Artha Vishayaka Jnanatvam. In the book, you will find there is a small error. Avaditam it is written, it's Abhaditam. Okay. Smriti Vyavratam. If you are going to exclude memory from pramana. Why? Because memory you are only remembering. No? There is no pramana operation. What did you have for breakfast? If you have to tell me, there is no pramana operation now. It's only from your memory. I had some oats from memory. Oats are not there for me now here to have a pramana. Therefore, Smriti Vyavratam, if you are going to talk about it, leaving Smriti out of the picture, then what is Pramatvam? Anadigata, Abhadita, Artha Vishayaka Jnanatvam. Putting it in Tarka language. In simpler ways, how have we put this definition? Abhadita, Anadigata, Jnanajanakam. Here, putting it in Nyaya language, he says, Abhadita, Anadigata, Abhadita, Artha Vishayaka Jnanam. The subject matter for this Jnanam is Anadigatam. Anadigatam meaning not gained by any other means of knowledge. We can, in a broader sense, you can say not gained before. If you say not gained before, Smriti is taken out of the picture. No? Smriti no longer becomes Pramanam. Smriti meaning memory, not Smriti Gita. Okay, memory. Smriti Vyavratam, Abhadita, Anadigata, Vishayaka, Artha, Jnanatvam. That which will give you knowledge of something that has not been gained before, of an object, not knowledge of an object not gained before, and which cannot be negated. Which cannot be negated. If you mistake a rope for a snake, that is negatable knowledge. Therefore, bhaditam, it is not knowledge, it is Brahma. Abhaditam jnanam, that which cannot be negated. Okay. About this bhaditam, we'll come back to it later. Okay. Smriti sadharanantu, if you say, let us include smriti also, then abhadita artha visheka jnanam. You will drop the word anadikatam. Anadikatam you will drop. And you will say abhaditam jnana janakam. If you say only abhaditam, memory also can be included. But what is the problem of saying only abhaditam? Because a confusion can come whether what I know is gained by this pramana or that pramana. By using the word anadikatam, each pramana's independence is more easily or more clearly established. Therefore, it's better to use the word anadikatam also and leave out memory. Leave out memory. Because memory anyway is not it's not knowledge. Memory is highly unreliable, isn't it? Can you really rely on memory? You will say, oh, I thought it was like that, I remember it like that, but it is not like that. Things have changed. We all have experiences. Going to a place that we knew in childhood. Oh, I remember my grandfather's house, so huge. And now we go, my God, it's a small place, there is nothing huge about it because we are looking at children. At 5-year-old, everything is huge. At 20, everything is normal size. So, that way it always comes about. Okay. Huh? Yeah. Now, he is coming to a very interesting point here. Niruspasyapi kalasya indriya veditva abhyugamena dharavahika buddhirapi pura jnana vishya tatta kshana vishesha vishayakatvena na tatra avyaptihi. What about if we keep seeing an object again and again and again? Is it anadigatam or is it not anadigatam? I'm looking at it. He says, when I looked at it here, this is a book, but it is also qualified by that time and space. Looked away and looked at it. It is qualified by different time. Time is gone, na? Therefore, if you accept time is also recognized by you. Time is pratyaksham. You can say indriya pratyaksham or sakshi vedyam, but time is pratyaksham for you. You can't say you don't experience time. Can you say that? Can you say you don't see time? You may require measuring instruments, but do you say you see time or you don't see time? It's perception. What type of perception we'll see later, but perception. Because of that, he says, Dharavika buddhi api pura jnana vishya tatta kshana vishesha tatra avyapti. Therefore what? It's qualified by different moments. Therefore, the word anadigatam is still applicable. You can say anadigatam jnanam, but it is the same book. Or what if you are looking at it continuously? Then also this time factor comes in. Now, okay. Kincha. Now if you are looking at it, he is looking at it two ways. looking away and looking back, or continuous looking. So he is handling the continuous looking from the standpoint of Siddhanta. This he gave a general explanation. Now look at it. Kincha Siddhante. Siddhante meaning in Vedanta, in our standpoint. Dharavika buddhistale na jana vedaha. So I keep on looking at it. Yeah, time has passed, different seconds are conditioning this book. Every second is a new second, but the book is same. But there is a dharavahika buddhi, meaning it is having the same thought because I am looking at this book continuously. So I will be looking at it continuously, always. Therefore the vritti has not changed. It is the same vritti. Na jnana bheda. Therefore it will be taken as one unit of perception. This will be taken as one single unit because you are keeping on looking at it. Why? Kintu yavad gata spuranam tavad gata antakarna vrittehe ekaiva. As long as you are seeing the pot or the book here in this case, the antakarna vritti is also book only. No? So I am continuously looking at it. What is my buddhi? Book. Same thing. Is there many thoughts? No, one thought, only book. No. If I am constantly looking at it, there is only one perception. No? One phalavyapti. One indriyapti, one phalavyapti. No. I am talking right now, here. I am looking at this book. Anadikata, abhadita, jnana janakam. As long as I am looking at it, it is one perception. If I look away, it is a different one. Why? Because he says, vrittihi eka eva. Antakarna vritti is what I am looking at it. Therefore, antakarna vritti is book, nothing else.
But
It's continuous. Who said you can't have a vritti for a long time? Yeah. Natu nana, it is not many. Natu nana vritte. Swa viroda vritti utpatti paryantam. Until another vritti has come up, it is considered same vritti. Are you all understanding the difference? I am continuously looking. We are talking about continuously. Now, as long, he says, as long as...
Somebody has got a remark. Somebody asked him a question.
What is that question? I don't see anything here in the chat. Has anybody asked a question?
Karthik wanted something.
Karthik want a question? Hey, you have a question? No.
I think that it got frozen.
No, nobody has asked the question because I can't see anything in the chat also. No.
Karthik had a comment or question. I think he's not able to hear it.
One second. Question is, two people had to log out, they logged in back. That's what's happened. Okay. Logging out, logging in is happening. Okay. All right. Therefore, he says, until a viroda vritti utpatti paryantam, until another vritti which is other than book. Now from book, I have looked away to my phone. So when I am looking at the phone, then it is a different vritti from book. Now you can say book vritti is gone. Now you can say. But until then, your book, only book vritti, stayitva abhyavagama. You say that the book vritti is continuing. Clear up to now or no? Okay.
Swamiji?
Yeah? Yeah, Karthik.
If I continue to look at the book,
Yeah?
if the lighting conditions change,
Yeah? Then you will have to say another vritti, condition. Then also abhadita, anadikata is still applicable, no? Because lighting condition has changed. But what are you knowing? You are knowing the book. Therefore, as long as I am looking at it, there is only one vritti. So sometimes it's clear, sometimes it's a bit dark, sometimes it's a bit clear. But the knowledge is book only, no? The question should be, if I look at the book Abhadita Anadigata Jnanam. Then I look at the phone. Then I look back at the book. Now what happens? What happens now? Second vritti has come up. Third impact. First, second. Huh?
It is not a continuous process.
Is not continuous, exactly. So, will this second vritti will be taken as third vritti will be taken as knowledge? Anadigatam? It will be, because here is where what will come? Huh? Pratyabhijna will come in. This is the book I saw before. So Pratyabhijna Jnana will come in because of that. Huh? No. I saw this book before. This is the same book. Yeah. This is the same book that I seen before. Therefore, we also say Anadigatam means you cannot know it by any other means. Finished? Yeah. So Anadigatam is better to take as cannot be known by any other means of knowledge. Not just not known before. But even if you are taking not known before, then this thing will come in, that Pratyabhijna will be under operation then, because the knowledge of the book I have now is of the same book I have gained earlier. Are you getting the idea? Kya doubt hai? Sashi is confused. Pratyabhijna has a memory component, but how it is used, this is the same as that one. The Sashi I am seeing here is the same lady I saw in Chembur last on 2nd. Pratyabhijna, no? Yeah. That's called Pratyabhijna. Yeah.
When we are seeing the book, there are couple qualities of books also that we are perceiving.
Yeah, yeah.
So
All that is one perception.
we are hearing also something. So
Yeah.
the entire process is happening. But we are
Yeah.
focusing on one aspect.
As objective as you can have it. Exactly. Abhaditam, that which cannot be negated.
So, sorry, you said something which they linked Pratyabhijna to Anadigatam. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, because if you are saying Anadigatam not known before, I knew this book before, I saw it 5 minutes back. Even though it's Anadigatam in that sense is Adigatam, what will it contribute to? It will contribute to your Pratyabhijna. This is the same book that I saw some time back.
So first, when the knowledge takes place,
Yeah.
and that is Anadigatam.
Yeah,
And the second time around, I recognize the role of Pratyabhijna.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what it is.
exactly. So there is memory in it, but in this manner. Memory is not the direct pramana. But combined with this, it becomes a pramana. Therefore, memory has a role in all perception. Language, memory based. Your understanding of objects, all memory based. No? This is a book. This may be a new book you are seeing, but you have seen books before. No? How will you recognize it? If you have never seen a book in your life, will you recognize a book? You will not. Because you have never seen that. Remember my story about the foreigner coming and sitting on the part and saying, he thought it was a table. It's a part, not a... Why? He has never seen it before. It is not there in his culture. How will you expect to recognize it? Simple as that. Yeah. Okay. Tathacha tat prati falita chaitanya rupam gatadi jnanamapi tatra tavat kalinam ekameva iti na avyapti shankaha api na avyapti shankaha. He says the consciousness that is reflected in your thought, that's recognizing this is a book, is also one, not different. Therefore, everything is covered in saying Anadigata Abhatita Jnana Janakam. Pramana. But with major focus here is on perception. Clear up to now? This much is clear. Correct? Okay. Now there is an objection. Whenever Nanu comes in, understand it's Purvapaksha. Nanu Siddhante Gatadehe Mityatvana Bhaditvat Kat Tat Jnanam Pramanam. You use the word Abhaditam, not negatable. But in Vedanta you say everything is Mithya, therefore everything is negatable. Therefore, how can you use the word Abhaditam, non-negatable? Because you yourself are negating everything. Correct, no? In Vedanta, do we not negate the whole world as Mithya? No doubt on that. Have you no doubt? I'll have to do some other explanation also. Since that is there, then how can you say Abhaditam Jnanam? Because Bhaditam. Book, only paper. Bhaditam right here. Therefore he says, Uchyate, I'll answer that. Brahma Sakshatkara Anantaram Hi Gatadinam Bhadaha. When are you going to negate the Vyavaharika world? Only when Brahma Sakshatkara happens. When you get, with from the standpoint of knowing Brahman, you will say everything is Mithya, isn't it? So until you know Brahman, you say it is Mithya, but is it your direct Anubhava that is Mithya? More or less it is. Therefore, Brahma Sakshatkar Anantarami Gatadinam Bhadaha Yatra Tu Asya Sarvam Eva Atmeka Bhoot Tatra Tat Kena Kam Pashet Iti Shrutehe. He gives you the Shruti. Once you are recognized that all this is nothing but Brahman, who's there as the seer, who's there as the seen, because there is only one Brahman. So in that recognition, everything is negated. In that recognition of Brahman, everything stands negated. The knower, known, everything is negated. Correct? Natu samsara dashayam bhadaha. Samsara dashayam, he says here is vyavahara kale natu bhadaha. Vyavahara kala, you are not saying it is negated. Why? The Shastra says, Yatra hi dvaitamiva bhavati tad itara pashyati. It is when you are looking in samsara dasha, in avidya kalam, vyavahara kalam, dream and waking, both of them, what happens? Itaram pashyati. Itaram pashyati. You see subject-object division, you see, na? Therefore, vyavahara kale, duality is in. Therefore, when you are saying abhaditam, we only mean in vyavahara kala. We don't mean with respect to Brahman. With respect to Brahman, everything is negated. We are not talking about Brahman, we are talking about the world only. Vyavahara kala. Tathacha abhadita padena samsara dashayam abhaditvam iti vivikshitam. Therefore, you have to understand that when you say abhaditam, it is samsara dashayam or vyavahara kale abhaditam. Iti na gatadi pramayam avyaptihi. Pramayam avyapti. Therefore, with respect to gata, etc., you cannot say it is not prama. There is no avyapti here. There is no exclusion here. Because all this, since it is accepted in vyavahara kala, you have to accept it as pramana. Your 5 pramanas work in vyavahara only, na? Even Vedanta works in vyavahara, but you negate all of vyavahara. That is the only difference. You negate it as mithya. So within the mithya world, it all works. So when you are talking about the 5 pramanas, it is within the mithya world, it is not outside the mithya world. Taking it as temporarily true. Swakale satyavad bhati. In its own time, it appears as though it is real. Therefore, bhaditam is respect to same condition. If you see this is a book, in vyavahara kala, you can't say this is not a book. Taduktam, now he is quoting for that, okay? Dehatma pratyayo yadvat pramanantena kalpitaha laukika tadvedam Pramanatvam Atmanishchayad. Atmanishchayad. There's a double A there. Dehatma Pratyayo Yadvat. As long as Dehatma Pratyaya is there, Pramana Kalpitaha. You have to take all the Pratyaksha etc. as Pramana. Even for a wise person, are you identifying with the body? It's the dress I am wearing. That much I am identified. Then there is Vyavahara. Otherwise, how can a wise person teach? All teachers will have to be non-wise people. Otherwise, people there have to be. That is not true. Laukikam tadvad tadvadevedam pramana pramanatvam. Therefore, in Laukika, in worldly condition, Laukika, they all have pramanatvam, atma darshanat. Until you have atma darshanam, you have to take it. So, leave out the atma darshanam part. We are dealing with Vyavahara. So, as far as Vyavahara is concerned, we will take them as abhaditam. Iti atmanishchayat brahma sakshatkara paryantam ityarthaha. Okay. Laukikam iti gatadi jnanam ityarthaha. Therefore, as long as your laukika standpoint goes, your functional standpoint, your worldly standpoint meaning vyavaharika standpoint. Now look at it. You have 6 pramanas. 5 of them are purely meant for laukikam. Purely meant for that, isn't it? They have some contribution to Vedanta in terms of your growth, etc. But the 5 pramanas are meant for your worldly things. When the 6th pramana comes, that is where the whole thing changes. The 6th pramana is not meant for worldly things, it is meant for otherworldly in terms of heaven, etc., as well as Atma Sakshatkara. So it's only when Atma Jnanam takes place you can say all this is not true. So the bhada happens only in the 6th pramana. So the 5 pramanas are meant for laukikam, vyavaharikam. Therefore, they are held true as far as vyavahara is there. So in the vyavahara world, we will say abhaditam, restricted to vyavahara. Otherwise, all of us will have to keep quiet. Maunam vyakhya prakritam parabrahma tattvam yuvanam. Correct, no? Maunam eva vakhya. What is there to teach? Ho gaya ka? There is only one Brahman. Understood? Bas. Which you buy do? What vyavahara is there? Brahman. World is there? Brahman. No. But okay. So the wise person also has vyavahara. The ignorant also has vyavahara. The only difference is the ignorant takes the vyavahara as real, whereas the wise person takes it as mithya. Itna hi farak hai. If we can take it as mithya, there is a mithya pramana at work. Therefore, at that mithya level, it is abhaditam. Within the mithya, it is abhaditam. Vyavahara kale, abhaditam. Phone is mithya, but this is a phone. Your knowledge of the phone, is it abhaditam? It's abhaditam, it's a phone. No? Vyavahara kale, it is phone. You're not going to say this is a pot. You're not going to say that. Therefore, vyavahara kala, when you say abhaditam, we will take it as vyavahara kala. Not say jnana dashayam. We won't say that. It's only within vyavahara. Clear up to now? Okay. Think it over, because he's gone into some nuances. Yeah, of course, all Purupakshas are written by Vedantins only.
So this particular Purupakša, he himself.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, no? Like how he.
Yeah.
He comes up with a Purupakša.
You look at Shankara Bhashya, it's always like that.
Yeah.
See, you're not gone to our Adhyasa Bhasha Brahma Sutra, that's why you're being surprised at it. It's actually all within the thing. Yeah.
But this is beautiful, what?
Yeah.
Comes up with something like.
whole Bhasha is like that, Baba. It's not like that. Yeah. So think it over. Good place to stop. After that, he goes into the details of Pratyaksha. And the Pratyaksha that we talk about is very different from Nyaya. Okay? But that we will see next class. Om Tat Sat.